Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to keep the same format as the last video, which was tanking in New World versus tanking in World of Warcraft from a long-time WoW player. And this video is healing in New World versus healing in World of Warcraft from actually a main healer in World of Warcraft. I'll throw some parses and stuff up on the screen. I didn't like the format of the last video with the two videos going on at the same time. It looked kind of hazy and confusing, so I'm just going to play me with a life staff in Starstone, I do believe, pretty early on in the leveling process. But yeah, let's get into it. So, healing is something that I've done in Overwatch, in New World, in World of Warcraft, and whatever game that you can possibly heal in. I've always done it. I like doing it. One, because nobody else likes to do it, and it doesn't bother me. But two, I just jumped into a thing. It's funny. But two, because I like being able to help the team out and let them do what they want to do, and it's cool. Heroes of the Storm. I think I heal. But anyway, healing a New World is pretty damn lackluster. I would have to say. I mean, two things that you can do are, I think they run Splash of Light, which I'm not running here because I'm a tank and I'm just happen to be using a life staff as like a paladin build. Splash of Light, where you auto the enemy or auto the ground and either light or heavy attack, and you will get heals from that. Or you have two big AoE, Sacred Ground and the other one that's the bigger ring. I can't think of the name of it right now, but they're both area of effect heals, and that's about all New World has to offer is area of effect heals and a hot, right? So take that to WoW. There's many different types of way to heals, like a Disc Priest. You can do damage to the enemy, and that transitions, put a buff on your teammates, that transitions into healing. The amount of damage you do is reflected back in the healing numbers. Very, very cool way to heal. Holy Paladins in the recent expansion do damage. It's like a combo point rogue type of healer in WoW. So like you do damage, you get 5 combo points or 5 holy power, and then you spend it. It's a builder spender as a healer. Very, very cool way to heal. Shamans heal through totems, and they heal the group through chain heal. And basically, healing rain is Sacred Ground, right? That's one thing that is actually similar. So that's a cool way to heal. They have Spirit Link, which links the party members all together with their healing. So if the tank is really high and the rest of the party is low, you drop a Spirit Link, everybody's even. Really cool. Druids are the hot class, which are basically place a heal on someone and it ticks over time, right? Ticks over time. And then there's multiple different specs of all these classes, but I say all that to say this: in New World, you basically just use your 2 abilities and auto attack, and it's pretty boring. I've actually switched. I had to switch to life staff and respec into focus because one of our people left the dungeon and we didn't have a healer and we couldn't find one, so I had to do that, and I was very underwhelmed with it. I said in the video, with tanking, I like tanking in New World better. In healing, I do not like healing better in New World at all, under any circumstance. I almost feel like the functionality of healing would just work better if you were like life stealing, like a warlock, drain life or something to that nature. The current state of it right now, I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, just think about it. I'm a tank here, so I'm just putting my thing down and I'm standing in it, but you almost have to trust people that are taking damage to run to your heal. Now, it will get better over time as people get used to how like the game is played and how heals are placed and stuff, but still, like, you know how DPS are, man. They don't pay attention to shit. So do you think they're gonna go to the big shiny green thing on the ground? No, they're gonna be smacking things with the rapier or ice gauntlet or something of that nature. So yeah, the AoE healing, I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, it's very early stages of the game, and I hope that they can figure more ways out. One thing I will say is raid healing and PvP healing are different, and I feel like this one functions more toward PvP healing, whereas not the AoEs that you put on the ground, but there are certain spells, Divine Embrace and something a light on the left side of the life staff tree that you can use your mouse wheel to cycle through party members to throw a direct heal on them. So that's cool. You know, that part reminds you of like being in the arena in a 2v2 or 3v3 and cycling through. But other than that, like, it's not even close. It's not even close. I've never healed in Final Fantasy, but I've checked out some of the stuff in that, and even that looks way more engaging. So they definitely have room to grow. Let's just say that, and I hope they will. And I do hear that life staff is a problem, like in Wars, and it may be getting nerfed, and whatever the case may be. I don't know that nerfing it is necessarily the answer. It is pretty strong whenever, you know, you have 10 of them and everybody's sitting in the AoE. So maybe make a cap to how much someone can get healed or whatever. But more so than nerfing something, I would just rather see them find different ways to do it. Much like I said, tanking. You know, standing there with just a shield, that's going to get gold after a while. You know, Death Knights in World of Warcraft, they heal through like blood and self-sustain, and they almost heal more than a healer. That's a way of tanking. Warriors, all active mitigation, that's a way of tanking. And we already went over the different ways to heal in WoW. So like, we can definitely find different ways, and I hope that that's something that they can implement, because as of right now, you have one clear-cut way, you have one almost clear-cut build. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room in between the builds, and that's it. That's all you have, and I don't think that's the best. I definitely think it could get better. One other thing is, like, you have a life staff, but you also have to run another weapon, which most people, I think, if you're like a main healer, that's what you plan on doing. That's how you plan on playing New World. They normally use a ice gauntlet for the control, the CC, and the ability to block if they grab aggro. I think killing aggro is a thing. So the ability to block, ice block that is, or entomb, I think is the actual name of it. So you actually have to run another weapon. Like, you can't just be a healer, which questing, you know, that's cool, but maybe one way that they could add another way of healing instead of just AoE heals is add another healing weapon, and you could cycle back and forth between the two, and then it wouldn't feel as bad. Like, you could be a dedicated healer for your group, or if they ever release content to where you have more than 5 players, you know, you're gonna need more than just these circular heals. What's more fun? Definitely healing in World of Warcraft is more fun. I don't even think it's close. You have multiple classes with multiple ways and different avenues to heal. But at least, I guess, in New World, you can do damage while you're healing. You put your stuff down, you start hitting stuff, you know. Maybe that's something. But what's harder? It may actually be harder to heal in New World because you don't have the tools as of right now. If you're solo healing content, you have to rely on your tank to sit in the AoE. You have to rely on your party to sit in the AoE, and you know, that's sometimes it's not the best. That doesn't always work, and they don't pay attention. So that's that. So my pick would definitely be healing in World of Warcraft, and it's not even close. You know the drill. I will be back, and it will probably most likely be with a DPS difference video. Wrap that up before going on to new things. So if you liked the video, like, subscribe, comment down below. Appreciate it, guys.